to the SupaTea podcast show. Woo! What a moment. I haven't done a Let's Talk About It series in a moment. And so much is happening so fast. Like, I can only express my experience, right? And my experience with graduation is literally you celebrate and you get prizes or gifts, but my gifts are not the typical type of gifts. My gifts are not just like flowers and candy and fried chicken. Now, I'm not saying that I will not accept those things, and I'm not even saying that I won't receive those things. But graduation for me is so much more than what's happening at one particular institution. It is a leveling up of my life. Literally, like actually, not in theory, not in just me affirming it, but like literally a leveling up. So the graduation that's happening from one institution is confirmation of the graduation and the leveling up that I am experiencing in life right now. And I don't know how other people communicate with the universe and your relationship with the divine or your relationship with God, whatever you want to call that force, that powerful force that is literally it's cosmic. It's not even just localized to our one planet, and it operates with so many complexities on our one planet. However, that universal force, that right there, I don't know how every individual communes and communicates, but for me, I have a very intimate, close relationship with that force. And so it accepts me and loves me and nurtures me and protects me and guides me and all of those wonderful things. And so my ego, because of different experiences, people like to use ego in a negative connotation, but in reality, ego is not negative unless it is perhaps overactive. It is an aspect that is important in our society because its role with each individual, is to protect it, right? Now, sometimes again, it's overactive, it's protecting people from things that are not even real threats or dangers or things of that sort, but it is adopted through experiences. It grows and it evolves through experiences. So if a person has lived a traumatic childhood or, grew up with economical challenges or disadvantages as a child, that ego developed to protect that individual. So when they are an adult, it's possible that they are going extra hard to navigate away from that, prevent that from ever happening, and that's just one example of the ego. But all in all, the ego is there to protect. And again, it can be overactive. But when you have a healthy ego, the key is to embrace all parts of yourself and to have all parts of yourself be healthy, not to discard anything, not to be like, think of your body as an example. You're not like, oh, because your hand has a different function than your freaking foot, like, oh, well, I'm not gonna pay my hand no mind because, it be just grabbing stuff. And I don't want to be grabbing everything because everything ain't good to grab. Yes, everything is not good to grab. However, there's a positive effect to having your hand. As if you are obviously utilizing it in healthy ways, then it serves a purpose. And the same thing goes for a person's ego. If your ego is healthy, it serves a purpose. So I don't subscribe to all of the different categorizations that people use necessarily in psychology, but some of them are accurate, and this is how I am structured. And I like to share and just not to say you got to think and move like me because we've had different life experiences, but to say that you, just as I, decide how I am thinking, what I am accepting, maintaining health in all aspects of myself, creating more space for evolution, for growth, for expansion of myself. Everybody has that choice to make. So, me sharing may give you insight, may give you inspiration, may even give you information. I don't know why you are on my channel, whoever comes to my channel and whoever listens to my channel. However, nonetheless, my purpose on here is to inspire, is to remind others that they have these choices by me living and taking these choices for myself, exemplifying these choices, and discussing these choices. And I have been having some really, really, really wonderful, amazing conversations. And it has confirmed for me the where I belong in different spaces. I was gonna say economically, but that's yes, and but it's more than just numbers. It's more than just economy, and economy is more than just numbers. How about that? Economy is more than just numbers. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start talking more of my favorite subjects, and business is one of my favorite subjects. Um, I believe it always has been, honestly. But as I've gotten older, it as any relationship, it has deepened, it has widened, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to speak because a business mind operates different than a consumer mind, although everyone's essentially a consumer. Everybody's always buying stuff, right? Yeah, we have some extremists that's, homestead and do their best to, reduce their print, but we just that's what it is. We're interconnected. Like we need things. We need air. Let's say that we buy an air yet, but we need water. We need food. We need nutrients. We need clothes. We need to have a roof over our heads. If there's just things that we need, and those necessities need to be produced, they need to be manufactured, so we're all interconnected, and we're all interdependent, however, we still have our, I believe I'm using this word in the right context, autonomy. We still have that part, like and I believe, because I'm learning another language now simultaneously, and mastery of the English language. I dare not say I'm a wordsmith. I admire a few wordsmiths. I do want to say you're gonna hear me talk about Michael Beckwith quite a bit, but he's like, for me, like an uncle slash mentor, just phenomenal freaking soul, but anyway, yeah, he's a wordsmith. And this English language is tricky, it's very tricky. It's a trickster language because it was formed from Latin, and, the Latin meaning, the seed Latin words that's in a lot of English words have a total different meaning than what the English word means, right? So, yeah, it's a tricky language. It's a tricky language. So, if I use a word out of context, I'm a human being and, sometimes error happens. Feel free to write a comment about it. I accept constructive criticism. Absolutely. So, yeah. But nonetheless, these conversations have been so fulfilling and so delightful to me, where I'm just like, okay, I belong in this business world. Like, these minds work very similar to mines, and even in the business world, there's different type of business owners, and I love meeting people who have sat and worked with business owners who just are operate or are looking at a bigger picture, looking at a bigger picture than just the bottom line, looking at a bigger picture than just what's happening within the next 3 months, but looking at and even within the next 4 quarters, looking like at the huge picture. Like, this is my vision, and I know it has to be built. Nonetheless, this is what the big picture is, and this is where my focus is at. Even though I may have to put my attention into the building aspects, just like construction. I don't know who outside of construction and outside of architecture actually looks and admires the process of it. But if you have driven past a construction site, or even rode a bus past a construction site, or even walked past a construction site, it's a bit messy. The foundation has to be strong. And then, and even if you are into architecture, the design, you have to design your whatever you are building, if it's a skyscraper or even if it's just a one-story home, it has to be designed so that it sustains, so that a strong wind doesn't come and it's just like, oh, like the three pigs and the wolf blew my house down. It has to be strong. It has to be strong. It has to be strong. And so the same ideology applies to business. Your business foundation has to be strong. It's not like, oh, okay, and for me, let me just make a quick dollar. I don't want to make just a quick dollar. I want something that's going to be sustainable. For me to have something that's sustainable and something that is strong, it's something that's built to last. It has to have a strong foundation. That takes time. It takes time. And honestly, for anyone that's creating a business or going into entrepreneurship, you are really that foundation. As the founder, as the creator, as the owner, you are that foundation. Yes, your business is its own separate entity. Yes, it will take on its own life. Yes, it will. It will. It absolutely will. Mine's is. Right now, I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. And I have to slow down. And this is an opportunity for me to slow down right now. First and foremost, knowing that I'm the foundation of my business, I know that I have to listen to my physical body, right? That is the vessel that's carrying my soul around, or at least part of it around, to do the different tasks that are required in building this strong foundation. So, that's the where I'm at right now. And I wanted to share, I know I come on to my platform, the Super Tea Podcast Show, and I share a plethora of things. And I, a lady made a comment about her brain being compared to an encyclopedia, and I have to say that I'm gonna borrow that, and actually I'm gonna own that, because my mind and my brain is quite similar. I'm not one dimensional. I don't pretend to be one dimensional. People who may perceive me be like, oh, she's shapely. Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's smart. Oh, she got some. Oh. Like even recently, I had a conversation with a gentleman who has studied many of the things that I have studied, um, and it was very delightful. This was not in a business, in a professional setting. This was like on a personal interaction, and because different settings is different. However, I listen to my spirit in every setting. Okay, I listen to my spirit in business settings. I listen to my spirit and also personal settings. So that is one thing that is universal for me personally. And yeah, I'll listen. I don't got no poker face. If I'm thinking and I'm brainstorming, my face is going to show it. If I am acquiring information, my face is going to show it. If I'm feeling good about the information I'm receiving, my face is going to show it. If I'm puzzled or I'm contemplating the information that I'm receiving, my face is going to show it. Do I read the room? Absolutely. Do I read people? Absolutely. And if I read something that I'm not interested in, even within a business setting, I'm not going to kiki in your freaking face. I will be pleasant, and sometimes I'll act like I don't even see you. And it's a part of me just protecting my freaking energy. And yeah, that just came to mind for whatever reason. um but it is what it is. And you know um yeah, the connections that I make are intentional. And yeah, they can happen like sort of happenstance or ironically or coincidentally. But again, I'm reading. I'm reading. I am reading. I'm not just listening, I'm reading too. So, yeah. I had it's been fun. It's been fun, but I love it. 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 So yeah, I was having a conversation with an individual on a personal level, not and had nothing to do with business, but in the personal conversation, it came up that they're also an entrepreneur. So it brightened curiosities because but again, what I realize is people approach entrepreneurship differently. Some people approach entrepreneurship because they're just looking at the dollars. They're just looking at the profits. That's their focal. And yes, profits are an important aspect of a business, but it should not be what's driving you to do business. In my personal opinion, in my personal perception, you should have something else that is driving why you're doing what you're doing. For me, for me, and it's not to say that I don't operate at all in my life with the capitalistic views. Just for me, a capitalism, and this is just me, I did not define or create the term, but I have experienced it. Have we all experienced it? I'm pretty sure every adult here has experienced, here in America, has experienced capitalism, right? And so, from my experience with capitalism and my perception and my of capitalism, my perception of capitalism and my participation in capitalism is if there is an opportunity that is a win-win, my own personal rules. If it is a win-win situation and there is an opportunity, then I will go forward with it. That's how I operate in it. Other people operate in it. How is can they how they can get the most with the little, and I don't think of that. I think of this is a win-win. So if this is a win, it's a win for me. It's a win for you, and let's do it. Let's do it. This opportunity is a win-win. Let's do it. And maybe that's not necessarily capitalistic, um, but you know, I don't know. I just know that for me, I don't go for a buck because I'm looking deeper. If we meaning humans, meaning mankind, if we have created our monetary system, like people created this monetary system, and people create systems and people create businesses, then why strive after something that somebody created as that being your focal point? Yes, that is an important aspect to it because that's the whole purpose of going, well, not the whole purpose, but that is part of a business being successful is it having profits, right? But there's other parts. Again, I like to use the human body as an example because our human body has so many parts. So we don't look at one part and say, and this is all that it is. This is all. This is all. I'm going to just focus only here. And I'm not going to focus on anything else. No, you got to take care of all parts of your body. And in the business world, you got to take care of all parts. Your business got to be formed. So, like that was the first thing. And I'm like, am I strange? Because when I decided to be serious about business, the first thing I did was invest into it. Like, of course, obviously, the very first thing is the idea, right? But the next thing, once the idea was straight, once there was some market research, then it was like I'm forming it. It wasn't like, oh, let me test it. It was like, no, I'm forming it. And formations not only take time and preparation, but they cost money. So I have to say, in my experience thus far, and a lot of people be like, why you still doing it if you ain't make no money yet? Why you still even doing it? Because I'm looking at the big picture. And you wouldn't understand it unless you actually have a similar mindset. If your mindset is let you get a quick dollar, then you'll be happy working for somebody. You'll be happy with a guaranteed paycheck, whatever that is. Because a lot of professionals are telling me that those things are not guarantees no more. Okay? And at a point in our industrial society here in America, those things were dependable. But yeah, we're shifting. We're shifting. And it's not to say that employees and things of that sort are not going to be necessary. Yes, they are. They're always going to be necessary. Um, Nonetheless, in that conversation that I was having with the individual, the personal conversation, when I attempted to go in depth, a little in depth into business, and not even that deep, very surface, like how's your business structured? Is it LLC? Is it a S corp? Is it a C corp? Is it a, how you have it structured? Um, I don't know how they took it. I just know how they responded. Their response was calm down. And I was like, huh? I am literally naked, relax, calm, and just engaging in conversation with you. And huh? Calm. Okay, so to me, that's a deflection. And okay, right. I just asked a question, but okay, you deflected, and I expressed that, and their response was, "Oh no, it was taken out of context." Nothing was taken out of context. Like we're grown. I asked a direct question. You did not give me a direct answer. I responded to you not giving me a direct answer. You still didn't give me a direct answer. So a conclusion is drawn. What further research do I? That's like you going to research something. You looking for, I don't know, a place to find a good steak, right? And say you go and you Google good steaks, right? And a steak place pops up because maybe they have good SEO, right? Search engine optimization. So they have invested money to market their restaurant to be a good steak joint, right? And you click on it, right? And you read a review. And the review says, oh, their customer service is crappy or their waitress service is crappy. Are you going to go and eat there after you've read the review? No, you've done your research. You have the evidence is there. Maybe you'll read some more reviews, but more than likely you won't. And so, yeah, it's like, okay, the initial, you caught me because you invested into um, optimizing one aspect. But again, as multi dimensional beings, optimizing one or a few aspects is not good enough. And if you have optimized yourself for this society, I'm not saying you are wrong, but I'm just saying I'm different. And if I ask a direct question and I get a deflected answer or no answer, and then I ask another one, hold up, because this might be a business thing. Or that conversation. Um, I don't think so. I think when a call comes in, like trying to get me to sign up for something. I feel like when I tell you the bills, listen, when I tell you bills feel like they're dropping out of the sky, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? They having a comedy thing. I don't know whether they're gonna have an open mic, but I want to just know has any other business owner um, experienced that? Like bills just coming out of the woodwork. People just trying to sell you. So you got a business? Let me sell you something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Leave me the heck alone. No, don't sell me nothing. Not buying nothing. Let me. You got to focus. Ooh, you got to focus, and you got to be secure within yourself to be able to focus. I thought it was a platform that was calling me. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. If you're not a business person, you don't freaking care. If you're not a business person, you probably not, haven't even listened up to this point. To still be listening to my podcast at this point for 30 minutes, you have to. have a business mindset or a creative mindset or a combination of them both. I have a combination of them both. Business mindset, creative mindset, and spiritually grounded and oriented and directed. So, yeah, I'm unique. I'm unique. And it's interesting when I meet other individuals who have those certain components, but not everything is a good fit. Because I learn more about me, and I learn why I like and care about what and who I like and care about. I had an experience yesterday, and I know that I'm gonna have to serve um, with the youth. And they gravitate to me. I had such an experience. I had some wonderful experiences yesterday, interesting experiences yesterday that I didn't even intend to have. The big mama in me is definitely birthed. One experience I got on a bus and neurodivergent. Ooh, I don't like that terminology. Really don't like that terminology. I have a total different perspective of people who learn and do things differently. And I don't like the generalization that people have made of them and these boxes that they have put them in. Because if you pay the fuck attention for real, like if you just pay attention, and this is for the moms and the dads and the aunts and the uncles and the brothers and the sisters who are interacting with these individuals daily, you'll see that they're doing the same thing, want to do the same thing, just as everybody else, but they just do it differently. So are they a divergent because they do things differently? Are they a divergent because their mind operates differently? Yeah, we need more studies. We don't need to just classify. We need more studies because here's the reality of that. These titles and these things we place on these people because they do things differently. Yeah. Who do they service? They serve you better? Do they serve them better? Can we get along with people who do things differently? Cultures do things differently. So if a culture does something one way and another culture does the same thing but in another way, are they divergent of each other? Like, what the fuck? I don't, like, that right there, I have an issue with it. I have an issue. But anyway, somebody who's classified as a neurodivergent and a kid. So children and pets gravitate. They're like, and even when I'm not paying no mind, because typically, especially outside in a big city, yes, I am. My peripherals are extra sharp, and my senses are sharpened. Um, that's just for me personally the condition of being in a big city or just period. That's just how I am. I guess they would call it hypervigilance. I guess that's the category of a mama, because a mama's always paying the fucking attention, right? Shit, a mama be doing 50 million things at one time. That's an exaggeration, obviously, 50 million, but mothers, we know, right? Right? Parents, dads too. Dads are included, any parent, you know. Anyway, I've mentioned this before, but it's just what it is. It's just they gravitate to me. Animals, children, they gravitate to me, right? And again, when I'm not paying attention, I'll be somewhere and the baby is just staring at me. And I'll feel it. And I'll look and I'll be like, oh, I'm so used to it, right? They come up to me, run up to me, whatever. Um, and so I got on a bus. My legs are recovering from an injury, which I've expressed. So climbing the stairs is a challenge, you know. And people are always like, not always, if they paying attention, they're like surprised because they're looking like, what are you looking for? You can't see the metal in my femur head. They're just like, it's a cognitive dissonance for some people because I get up and I'm like, thank you. I'm like, can you lower the bus? And, my voice has this whatever tonality it has. And I'm just happy the bus is here. I'm even happier if I can find a chair, right? So they lower the bus. I'm happy for the driver. Like, you helping me get to my destination. Thank you. I express that gratitude, and people are looking like happy and can barely walk up the stairs. Like, how that go together? Because it's not tied to externalness, and my gratitude is there, but it's again my external physical ability right now is just where it's at. It's different. And it ain't as agile yet, but it's a work in progress. Anyway, nonetheless, I get on the bus, right? And people give me their weird looks, and I just look at them like, like, well, yep. May not feel great, but still grateful. And now I'm looking for a seat, and some people are not even paying attention at all, and they don't give a shit. But again, now I scan the bus, and I'm a quick scanner, and I gotta work on my quick scanning because I have taken my quick scanning to one of my favorite things I love to do, which is read. And I caught myself twice, no, maybe three times yesterday, twice in my homework, once in the middle of a whole freaking workshop where I scan read the papers instead of carefully reading the papers. And it caused me to make errors because I didn't carefully freaking read. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Stop scan reading. Anyway, I scanned the bus, right? So scan and reading, it should not be happening. Scanning your surroundings and stuff, that's okay. But scan reading, don't do it. I don't advise it. Because you'll miss something. And so anyway, um, I scan, I find some seats, but most of them I can't fit on because I got some hips. And I see a young man who's about to get off next stop. My scan picked up everything. So now, well, not everything, but something that's relevant for me, and somebody that's about to get up from a seat that is that's gonna accommodate me is good, right? But I did not see the young man that was about to run and get in that seat, right? So I see the seat, I position myself, I move slowly, I don't move fast, I move slowly. So when the brother gets off the bus, I'm making my way to the seat, but before I can even get to the seat, a young man rushes there and sits down. And I'm like, okay. I'm still gonna sit here because you're young, like yeah, he wasn't a skinny young guy, but his hips, my hips could fit with his hips, right? So I sat there, and he immediately noticed that somebody had wrote on the bus, and he took out his pencil and was about to write on the bus too. And I said, no, you know better than to write on the bus. He said, I'm not. And I said, okay. That was our conversation. And I picked up that he learns differently, right? And so we're riding, and he was, making different movements and stuff. Nothing sporadic or anything, but just, I was aware. And it almost looked like he was trying to get up, and I asked him, are you getting up? And he said, no, not yet. And I said, okay. What he was doing was he also exemplified a heightened awareness. And so while I, was aware of him in my peripherals, he was aware of his brother who was on the opposite side of me. And we wasn't in a three-seater. His brother was in a whole nother row. And so his initial movement was to get closer to his brother, which I did not, again, get that in my initial scan because I was scanning for a seat. That's what I was scanning for, a seat. So, and I didn't recognize that until the big brother got up and he was like, okay. And he knew to follow him. And I had to get up to let him out or whatever. But it was interesting. Oh, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm being pulled into different industries. Education is one of them, and to yeah, I'm gonna stop right there because it's big. That's big. That's big, and I don't. What I will say is that I don't believe I'm going into anyone's board of education. That I know that's is not happening. Although it's I'm not saying that it's not a good choice. I'm just saying they have a lot of work to do on the administrative end, and they're structured and all that good stuff. But I again am not here to form to what has already been created. I am a creative, so I am here to create. So I feel that somewhere in my career, I am creating schools or, yeah, school systems. I want to say similar to our, what do they call these schools they've created? Not Magnet, because Magnet is a different type of school. Um, oh, I can't think of it. The word. It's another word though. Whereas they're part of the Board of Education, but they're like a different sector almost. Anyway, I'm just expressing my wonderful, complex business mind, creative mind that is spiritually grounded and connected. And I've been having some wonderful, fantastic experiences this week alone. And I have more workshops to do and things to complete for my business because I am an entrepreneur. And yeah, I'm really grateful for the community that I am connecting with, and I'm just grateful for everything, literally. And I have work to do, so I'm about to get off of here. But I wanted to vent and release. And again, this is an opportunity for anyone who has a true interest in the channel and me. This is your best opportunity to interact and engage because I do respond to the comments. And this is a public channel. And I tried to explain this to a man, and this is not a young man. This is a man who is almost 50. So again, age doesn't necessarily dictate a person's intellect or ability to comprehend because you got to be open, right? You got to be open to really hear what a person is saying and to be able to, for me, effectively communicate, right? How can you effectively communicate if your mind is closed and you just, I want this. I'm going to tell you I want this, and I'm comical, so you're gonna get some humor with me. I'm gonna throw in some accents because this is how this person is literally acting. I want to know you. Okay, well, listen to my podcast. I want to know you. listen to my podcast. You will learn there. I don't have the time, sir. I ain't coming over there. You coming over here? Because I ain't going over there. I'm staying my butt right here. Listen, when I decide to, first of all, I'm going to say it because it's my truth. My personal preference would not be commercial. That's number one. And if I do commercial, first class. I got a taste of it. Once you taste it, you don't want to go back. That's the last time I flew. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm ever flying another way again. I haven't flown another way since the last time I flown first class. That was in the pandemic. The next time I fly, it's going to be that way. The next time I travel, it's going to be that way. It's a whole nother experience and it fits me. We fit together. I tell you, I got hips and stuff, like squeezing in places. So yes, I know I'll be taking a bus. Right now, it's a sacrifice. It is not a sacrifice for the people. I love the people. I love the babies and all of that. Sometimes it is because of the people, but it's for me. I'm not slim. I like my size. I love my size, but I'm not slim. I never was. I don't think I ever will be. I don't know what. I don't know. I see people that wasn't slim and then now they slim, and I just be like, how the fuck did that happen? I guess they had slim bone structure. I guess they did. My bone structure ain't slim. Okay, it just ain't. Even like my smallest will probably be like 165. And you gonna see bones in certain places on my body. At 165, you gonna see bones in certain places. I'm just saying it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be shapely and nice and thin and muscular and all that good stuff. And if I'm being really, really um just transparent about my personal body structure, 180 is probably going to be the best lowest for me. 165 is going to be too slim. 180 or even 200, because especially with the muscle build that I intend to have, these muscles that are recovering from the injuries, I don't want them just to recover. I want them to build. I want them to be built. I need that agility. I need that movement in my life. It is Thursday, and there's no way on a Thursday, even though have been moving more than normal, um, that I feel like I can't move. That is painful, painful, painful. Like the injury just happened. No, the injury did not just happen, but the muscles are still recovering from the injuries. So, yeah, it's a progress. It's a work in progress. Anyway, um, I'm not going to allow that to keep me from being productive. So, in a sense, this is production because I'm self reflecting, I'm sharing, creating content. And although I haven't monetized this channel yet, one day it shall be. But yeah, um, I had an individual come to another channel, and I could have been utilizing my other channel because I've already been here for an hour, and that's one that I think is monetized already. Even though I don't know where their pay system is at, cause yeah. But anyway, um, yeah, I got on this other channel, and supposedly have this support, which I like the young. Well, she's not a young lady, but the lady that I've connected with, you know, she's utilizing it as to get some extra change, and there is a pyramidal type of structure to it. But anyway, nonetheless, gotta start somewhere, right? And I believe I have the formula, because I'm pretty sure the formula for that social platform is the same formula for every social platform. So now I would have to just optimize with my technology how to to cross post and not cross post where okay I post something and then it posts, but like cross live. So like I'm doing a live here on this platform, but with my devices set up a certain way, I could be doing a live simultaneously on another platform, and each platform wants at least 2 hours a day or 2 hours a day from a person, that's looking for monetization. Those 2 hours could be in pre recorded content or live content. Got it. Get it. That's the formula. 2 hours a day. And I believe it's what, 30 hours a month, something like that. 2020, something like that. Anywho, there's a formula to it, to the success. I'm getting it, you know. But anyway, yeah, I went on there and an individual came and they're like, okay, engage with people. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you here on my channel, welcome. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so appreciative. Oh, I'm so grateful. Listen, thank you. So we're having a conversation back, and then they try to go deeper, and I explained this is a public channel. We're going to talk here publicly. Oh, I would like to connect with you on WhatsApp. I'm not giving you my phone number. We're not connecting on WhatsApp. That's not what's happening. Oh, but I would like that. That's not what I would like. But I want to be your friend. A friend is somebody who listens. If I'm telling you that's not for me, then why do you keep telling me that's what you want? I don't have it. I'm not interested. Not that I don't have it. I'm not interested in that. So therefore, it's not happening. A friendship is mutual. A friendship is not what you want. A friendship is mutual. It's what we both want. Do what we both want align? Then there's a possibility. It still work, but then there's a possibility of a friendship if there is alignment with both things. You just saying what you want is not forming a friendship. You just saying words that sound good does not form anything. You're just expressing yourself. And you got a whole big family around you to express yourself to. So why are you so interested in expressing yourself to a fucking stranger? You are on social media too. If you are so interested in expressing yourself, get a platform and express yourself on your platform. That way, people who do align with you will connect with you. Intelligence. And this is why I like what I like and who I like. Because in intelligence, even though, it still has to be alignment and it still has to be mutual regardless. But anyway, everybody have a great day. This was impromptu. Let's talk about it. So much is happening. And I'm grateful to have this platform as an expression. Although my intention and my purpose of sharing wisdom and sharing knowledge is to inspire, is to entertain sometimes too. Get a little laugh. Get a little laugh. And laughter's good for the soul. Um, but also it's the catalog. It's the catalog. This is part of my legacy, and one day my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, my great 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 grandchildren will be able to listen to these things they nana, they big mama has put out there, and they'll be like, oh, that was before you created this, and before, like, my nana created all these things, and my grandma created all these things, and oh my goodness, this was before those things actually took physical formation. They were just expressions, and it will allow them to see clearly as they create and craft their own beautiful legacies and lives. So again, I'm so appreciative of this platform. Whoever created it is pure genius, and it's exactly what's needed at this time. So thank you for your vision. Thank you for the opportunities. Again, I don't have any plaques yet, but y'all gotta be sending me some plaques because I'm a monetize this, and we gonna work together. It's gonna be a win-win situation. And all the best to everyone who does come to the Super T podcast show and who enjoys the content. Thank you, and I appreciate you. And if you're here, it is organic. So welcome. And do leave comments if you have any feedback, if you have anything to say. Do engage. I would love to have a dialogue. Nonetheless, hopefully you have gained something of value from listening to the Super T Podcast Show. Take care and be well.